And good evening, everybody, and welcome to Bryan High School for this matchup between the Bryan Golden Bears and the Lake Flyers. I'm Thad Goff along with Chris Malenga here on the Golden Bears Sports Network. And a big game for the Golden Bears because they're going up against a team that has only lost twice, 11-2. That's Lake's record coming in, so certainly a challenge for the Bears.
Yeah, absolutely. Lake, a team you don't often see because they play over in the Toledo area, so they're not in our league. They're going outside of league tonight. And, in looking at that varsity record, the JV didn't look all that good for Lake as Bryan won by double digits, but the varsity with only 2 losses could be a formidable opponent tonight for the Bears.
Flyers do have a couple of players worth mentioning. Lexi Robinson, she's averaging 17 points on the season, 5.7 rebounds, 3.4 steals. And Maya Stashek is averaging 13.3 points, 4.2 boards, 2.6 assists, and 3.7 steals. Now, the reason that's important is not only because they're having successful seasons, but also because those are 2 players that were named to the Northern Buckeye League's all-conference team a year ago. So that's 2 players that the Golden Bears are especially going to have to maybe not key in on, but they're definitely going to have to be at their best against those teams.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, that makes things really rough when you got 2 all-league players, and you got to defend them. And, it makes things challenging, and then if you key on them, that leaves other people open with the ability to score. And, and so you're darned if you do, darned if you don't. You know what I mean?
Exactly. It's been a struggle lately for the Golden Bears. They're 5-7. They are coming off a 4-game losing streak that started with the Holiday Classic Championship against Stryker. Had a tough game against Swanton back on Thursday the 11th.
Yeah, Swanton, a tough team. A low-scoring affair. You only score 30 points. You're not going to win many basketball games. They just struggled shooting-wise, and, it was just an ugly girls' basketball game, basically.
Absolutely. Well, Bryan will look to right the ship tonight against Lake. In just a moment, we will come back here on the Golden Bears Sports Network.
Back on the Golden Bears Sports Network, I want to thank our sponsors, Bryan Ford Lincoln, Main Stop sponsoring our scoreboard tonight, Northwest State Community College, Veteran Services of Williams County, Crow Funeral Service, Suburban Auto, Overland Turnbull Funeral Home and Crematory, the Bryan Athletic Boosters, Jason Beach Collisions and Customs, and BMU Cable and High-Speed Internet. All of those fine folks letting you bring the broadcast here on BMU.
And Thad Goff along with Chris Malenga here on the Golden Bears Sports Network. I'll give you a quick update on the standings. First in the Northwest Ohio Athletic League. This is a non-league game, by the way. Lake is from the Northern Buckeye Conference. Bryan right now sits at 6th place in the Northwest Ohio Athletic League. They are 0-2 in league play. And again, this game will not alter those standings at all. 5-7 overall is the Bears' record coming into tonight. Lake is tied for 2nd in the Northern Buckeye League with Eastwood. Both of those teams 6-2 in league play. Both of those teams 11-2 overall. They're both chasing Rossford, who's 7-1 in league play and 9-4 overall. So can't be overstated. This is a huge game for the Golden Bears, especially coming off that 4-game losing streak.
Yeah, they need to do something to get back on track. And, I don't know what it is, but a good showing tonight against Lake would be a good step to that.
Golden Bears have had to rely heavily on their defense, which may very well be enough to get them to win tonight, though we've seen low-scoring games from Bryan in the past. But this is a Lake team that averages 54 points per game and 40 points given up per game. So usually they're not running away with the competition, but winning by double digits.
Right, and the thing is, low-scoring games aren't always in favor of the defense. If you can't score offensively and you play good defense, a low-scoring game could be a loss, just like it was against Swanton. So, defense is great, but sooner or later the ladies are going to have to get some offense going and, stay out of foul trouble and just do a good job. And, the very first game we covered, we had some freshmen off of the bench or JV players off of the bench, like Delilah Taylor and, and people like that. And it'd be interesting to see,
another one.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see how they might play, again, and see if we can get them involved.
And those players may very well end up playing tonight. They are on the varsity roster, not just the JV roster. Addie Arnold, another one of those players, a freshman who plays on the JV team. Well, we are about a minute and a half away from tip-off here at Bryan High School. When we come back, you'll have the national anthem and the starting lineups on the Golden Bear Sports Network.
One thing that hasn't changed here at Bryan Ford Lincoln is our commitment to service. It's in everything we do. It's in our mission statement. Our goal is simple: customers for life. Kick back in our newly renovated service lounge or business center. We pick up and deliver throughout the local area at no charge. So the next time you need service on your Ford or competitive make vehicle, come out and see us at Bryan Ford Lincoln and see why we've earned Ford Motor Company's President's Award 7 times running.
At Krill Funeral Service, we are professionals with the sincere desire to reward every family who have placed their trust and confidence in us by being attentive to every detail, displaying the highest level of courtesy and compassion, and providing the greatest measure of respect for their wishes. As remembrance planners, our goal is to help families find joy in the way they choose to remember, honor, and celebrate the wonderful life of their loved one. Krill Funeral Service, we are experts at helping hearts heal.
When Cameron's family came to us with a plea for help, we put our minds and our hearts into creating a solution. Selfless teamwork made the impossible possible. NSCC really is the heart of education.
They say there is strength in numbers. In Bryan, we have always taken pride in supporting our Golden Bear student athletes in all of their sporting endeavors. The Bryan Athletic Boosters now have a chance for you to get into the game. If you're Bryan proud, it's time to become Bryan strong. Whether you were a BHS athlete, are raising a BHS athlete, or just love supporting our Bryan High School athlete, this is your chance to be part of the BHS sporting community. Talk to any board member today on how easy it is to join, or contact us at 419-636-4536.
So we are just about ready for basketball here at Bryan High School. But first we're going to have the starting lineups. You'll hear from the PA announcer for that.
The Ohio High School Athletic Association and have been approved for their important role in tonight's game. Our officials are Ben Blewett, Millard Catchings Jr., and Roosevelt Talley. Now let's meet the players in tonight's game. First, the visitors from Lake. A 5'11" sophomore, number 10, Haley St. John. A 6-foot senior, number 21, Lexi Robinson. A 5'11" junior, number 22, Colette Askins. A 5'9" senior, number 23, Maya Stasek. And a 5'8" junior, number 30, Courtney Ellison. The Flyers are coached by Joe Nowak, assisted by Zach Floral. And now the starting lineups for your Bryan Golden Bears. A 5'9" sophomore, number 5, McKendry Seamer. A 5'11" sophomore, number 10, Shallon Miley. A 5'3" senior, number 14, Kayla Arnold. A 5'8" senior, number 32, Kennedy Lamberson. And a 5'10" senior, number 42, McKenna Groove. The Bears are coached by Mr. Todd Gostein, assisted by Colin Walker, Kathy Lamberson, and Bob Klopfenstein.
Well, there was the starting lineups for the Golden Bears. They'll take on the Lake Flyers tonight, looking for a huge upset victory. And this Lake team comes in at 11-2.
And when you're thinking about those seniors, Kayla Arnold and Kennedy Lamberson, those kids are going to have to lead tonight.
It's going to be Kennedy Lamberson to tip it. McKenna Grube tipping off against Lexi Robinson. And this ball is knocked toward the sideline, but Lake is able to save it. That's Maya Stashak. She's one of the players to watch out for that we mentioned tonight. She was actually first team all-conference a year ago. Lexi was second team all-conference. That pass gets away.
Oh,
Barely saved, but stolen right back. Not a good pass.
She towed the line right there.
And Seamer able to recover. That basically was one mistake leading to another. Arnold the drive, slows down. The feed to Lamberson, gets it to go. Bryan's got the first points of the night.
Nice job by Kennedy Lamberson to get in there and just put up the close basket.
Open three from the corner is good.
That's Haley St. John. And she just drilled that.
Right from the baseline, St. John gives Lake the lead. And here's Arnold across the timeline with a defender on her. Into the lane.
Looking for some help. She's in trouble.
Had a double team. Lake plays a lot of strict man-to-man defense. Try to get as much pressure as possible on the ball. Lamberson can't get it to go. Offensive rebound. That was Seamer, and she eventually puts it home. And a lead right back to the Bears. Wide open along the baseline. That was Colette Askins. Open three, that's good. And that was Courtney Ellison with a triple.
So two trips down for Lake, 2 threes.
I'm wondering if this is going to resemble the Final Four game between Kansas and Villanova, where Kansas scored inside and Villanova sank threes and ran away with it. Double team stolen away, and that was Ellison with the, nope, that was St. John. Haley St. John all the way to the bucket.
She's got 5 already.
At the first bucket of the game on a three-pointer. This is Shallon Miley getting the start tonight for the Bears, and they're going to call her for traveling. I believe that's the first Bryan turnover so far. The first or the second.
Yep.
A bit of full court pressure by the Bears. They do like to bring some pressure, but it doesn't matter there. The bucket goes for Maya Stashek.
Well, you know, that I saw in the JV game that exact thing happened.
Stashek going for the steal, and it's going to be late ball.
You know, that happened in the JV game. There was 20 seconds left in the third quarter, and they let somebody go coast to coast. And the coaching staff was not happy about it, and here it happened again in the varsity game.
Stashek well guarded. Spinning in Robinson. Count it, and a foul. Well, they gave her the basket. I'm not sure that foul didn't come just a little bit before she got it off. And Todd Grosstein's going to call a timeout. And we'll take it right with him. 30-second timeout on the Golden Bear Sports Network.
For over 40 years, Bryan, Ohio has been home to the only import vehicle repair specialist in Northwest Ohio, Suburban Auto. Whether it's an Asian or European vehicle, Suburban has the knowledge and experience to keep your import or domestic car running strong. Do you have a hybrid vehicle that's acting up? Suburban is your one-stop hybrid repair shop. Don't be fooled by the one-size-fits-all repair shops. There is no substitute for experience. Come see the import repair pros, Suburban Auto.
And welcome back, everyone, to this edition of Bryan Basketball on the Golden Bear Sports Network. And, well, there was a foul right on the basket moments ago, so this is going to be free throws for Robinson.
Yeah, that foul was on Shallon Miley.
The Golden Bears were about to inbound the ball, but no need to do that just yet. Robinson can't hit the free throw, but an offensive board by St. John, and she puts it home. That's 7 points for Haley St. John. And it's a 10-point lead for Lake.
Early on.
Bryan did have an early lead. That's stolen away, and that's Stashek again. Open three is good. Courtney Ellison. And it's a 13-point lead. Well, we're only 3 minutes into this game. I think Maya Stashek is the scrappiest defender I've seen
Absolutely.
on this court.
Only 2 points, but she's got 2 steals already.
Here's Grube trying to get inside. Tough shot and a foul. And some much-needed free throws coming up here for the Golden Bears. They call the foul on St. John. That's her first. Yep.
First.
One foul per team so far. This free throw on the first try. Bears had one game this season where they were 21 of 25 from the free throw line, but I don't think they've quite duplicated that since then. Grube 0 for 2. That was Askins who grabs the rebound. Bears in a zone defense. Tough shot. Stashek gets it to go.
Oh, wow. And a steal on the inbound.
Stolen right back by Askins. Robinson open for three. Can't knock it down. And the rebound eventually pulled down by Lamberson. Grube sets the screen. Lamberson cut off. Late going into the man-to-man, and that's their main base defense. Offensive rebound and a foul. And I believe that was Seamer who got fouled.
Foul is on
Stashek. Shallon Miley comes into the game. First free throw good for Seamer. Bears were 0 for 2 in their first trip to the free throw line. You need to take advantage here. Seamer goes 2 for 2.
Now the Bears 50% from the line tonight.
Bears leading scorer on the season is Kennedy Lamberson, with averaging 14.8 points per game. McKenna Grube averages just a shade under 11 points per game. Those are the only two double-digit scorers for the Bears this year. And a big takeaway just moments ago.
Yep.
Lamberson the drive, one-on-one and a foul. And they're going to get Colette Askins for the foul. That's her first.
Third team foul.
Lamberson's first free throw just got the roll. A couple of subs will come in. That's Delilah Taylor in for the Bears, and Lexi Robinson back in for the Flyers. Second free throw is good for Lamberson. She's got 4 points total. She and Seamer are the only two Golden Bears who have scored so far in this game, and they've still got a pretty big hill to climb. Scored the last 4 points. St. John with a drive, couldn't finish. Battle for the loose ball. And that's going to be a jump ball. Possession arrow will give it to the Bears.
That was good defense. She was able to come inside. 3 Bears converged on her, and she missed the shot, and just a contested rebound. That was good.
Bailey Krupp was the one who fell on the floor to grab the loose ball. This is Brooke Lamberson recently into the game. Knocked away, but Taylor's able to recover. Going for the backdoor cut, but well defended. And I believe that was Askins, and we get a foul on the other end of the floor.
Taylor.
Yeah, they did. That's her first. Second team foul on the Bears. Bring it all the way to the other end of the floor for the inbound. This is Stashek with the ball. Stashek just 4 points so far, but she's played very good defense. Very scrappy defense, I might add. This time she turns it over.
She's been Lake's best defender by far. That's 3 turnovers now for Lake, 6 for the Bears.
19-8 in favor of Lake. Bears trying to come off a 4-game winning streak. Four-game losing streak, I beg your pardon. Trying to snap that. And the bucket goes inside for Bailey Krupp.
That was a nice move by Krupp.
Bryan has scored the last 6 points. Still down 9, though. They come out in the 2-3 zone to start out this possession. Feed inside for St. John. And she has to work it back outside.
Looks like the zone defense change has really helped them.
Missed shot, offensive board. Putback doesn't go. And it's Krupp with the rebound. Lamberson had to be careful there. She came awful close to a double dribble.
Yeah.
This is Brooke Lamberson, meanwhile. Well defended, gets it out to Kennedy. She'll try the 3, but that's short. Bears as a team don't shoot it very well from 3-point range. They only shoot at 24%, and we get a foul called. And it looks like that's going to go on Lake. I think they're going to call it on St. John. And they are.
That's 2 on Haley St. John.
Shellen Miley will inbound, and it looks like Lake may try to bring some pressure, rather. A minute and a half to go. Bears down 9. Try to get it to Lamberson, but stolen right back by Askins. Bryan on a 6-0 run. They fell behind by a score of 19-4, excuse me. Off the foot of a defender, and Bryan comes up with a loose ball. That's Taylor. Slows it down as she gets it across half court. Well defended, though, by Ellison.
She needs help there.
Less than a minute to go here in Bryan. Krupp. Oh, couldn't get the roll, but a foul. She came so close to putting that one home. But Krupp will go to the free throw line with 52.1 to play.
They haven't come over and identified the foul yet. Maybe on 12.
That's Natalie Baumier.
So Krupp will get 2.
Just the first one, and the last 6 points belong to Bryan. Only 2 of those points came from the field. She does hit the second one. Looks like Bryan will stick with the zone, and that has made quite a difference for them defensively. Kept Lake from having any easy shots. They had quite a few of those early in this quarter. Saskins feeds it inside to Robinson in a crowd, and that almost got away.
Almost a turnover.
3 ball, no good. Offensive rebound, though, and that ball headed out of bounds, but saved. Robinson to the lane, puts it home.
Robinson now with 4 points on the night, and the Bears are going to have to get it over and get a shot before the end of the quarter.
Taylor does get it across the timeline. Just 2 seconds to work with. Has to get it off. Now does, but couldn't get it to go.
He threw up a prayer right there.
She definitely was not square to the basket, but meanwhile, we are about to start the second quarter here in Bryan. Bears trail 21-11 on the main stop scoreboard here on the Golden Bear Sports Network. It's pretty obvious that there is a huge inventory of trailers at Jason Deach Trailer Sales in Edgerton. But what you can't see is how many parts they have available. Axles, brakes, doors, fenders, hitches, hinges, electrical, lighting, suspensions, tie-downs, toolboxes, tires, and wheels. If it's a part you need for your trailer, you can get it online or in person at Jason Deach Trailer Sales on the east side of Edgerton.
Tonight's broadcast of Golden Bear Sports is proudly streamed by BMU Cable and High-Speed Internet. BMU is your hometown local provider for digital HD cable and high-speed internet. Call BMU today at 419-633-6100 or visit us on the web at cityofbryan.net. Go Bears from all of us at BMU.
And welcome back to Bryan High School. Start of the second quarter. Lake will get the ball to start the quarter. They lead Bryan 21-11.
And they're shooting 64% from the field.
Bryan did make a 7-0 run just before the bucket by Lexi Robinson towards the end of the quarter.
Bryan shooting just 33% from the field.
And a loose ball, that's going to stay with Lake. Robinson had it, but it was knocked away as Askins gets set to inbound for the Flyers. Leading scorer on either side is Haley St. John. She's got 7. Open three doesn't go from Courtney Ellison. And there was that zone defense again, which has made such a big difference for the Bears.
Absolutely. Force them to shoot threes. Now, they did pretty well on the three earlier. But now the zone is giving them a little bit of trouble here.
Oh, contested shot that time by Lamberson. And Robinson comes up with the board. Open from the corner, that was Ellison. Tough shot, doesn't go. Askins couldn't put it home. Up ahead to Miley, but defender's able to get back in time. Miley sinks the jumper. Shellen Miley on the board for the first time tonight. Miley, a player who averages 4.6 points per game, shoots it at 28% from the field. Driving inside, Robinson couldn't finish. A big possession here for the Bears. Lamberson backs it out. Trying to get it to Grube. And they're going to get a foul call. That's going to be on Robinson.
Your first team 6 now.
Coming into the game is Carly Bakir. She's younger sister of Kayla Bakir, who was an all-conference honorable mention a year ago. Kayla has since graduated. Poked away, but the Bears come up with a loose ball. Grube couldn't get it to go. Miley comes up with it. Arnold needs some help. Eventually gets rid of it. Here's Krupp with a late feed. Loose ball out of bounds. It's going to stay with Bryan. .605 showing on the main stop scoreboard. 21-13 Lake over Bryan. Bryan had a couple of leads in the early going. 2-0 and 4-3, but since then they haven't led once. Missed 3, that's an air ball. And Bakir comes down with the rebound. Bears will stick with that zone look, and it's helped greatly, keeping Lake from getting any easy looks inside. Open down low, and that pass a little bit too high, maybe even behind Courtney Ellison.
Turnovers evening up. Lake was 6, Bryan was 7.
This is Miley with the ball. Able to get it across the timeline. Is she going to try to go all the way? She does put it up, but no good. Robinson across the timeline. Kicks it out. Askins. Hooked into the backcourt. Bailey Krupp to the bucket, puts it home. That's 5 points for Bailey Krupp. And the Bears are within 6. Slowly but surely coming back in this thing. Open from the corner, that's Ellison. Missed the 3. And they're going to say that was touched last by Lake. Well, one of the differences in this game has been early on, Lake was hitting their threes. They had, I think 3 for 3 to start out, but they haven't made one since.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that one goes behind Lamberson. That's a self-inflicted turnover.
8th turnover for the Golden Bears.
4:47 to go. They get it in. Tough shot. It's good.
Boy, is that Robinson?
Yeah, that was Robinson.
That was her. I mean, she was in perfect position for that. And now the Bears are having trouble getting it in.
One of the few times that Lake has brought full court pressure in this game. Here's Krupp. Has it blocked, but they called the foul on Robinson. Well, the Lake fans are right underneath us, and we can hear them voicing their displeasure. It's going to be Robinson's second.
And as I mentioned to one of our athletics staff during the break between games, did you see the memo the OHSAA sent out this week about officiating? They basically told fans to knock it off, that these officials are here doing their best, and the fan complaints are causing officials to not want to come into the job. So all sports at the high school level have a very big lack of officials, and it trickles down to the little ones as well.
It's Bailey Krupp with the 2 free throws there, 2 for 2. I think the Bears as a team are 7 of 10 from the free throw line, if I'm not mistaken. Bears sticking with the 2-3 zone. Feed to the middle, that ball's loose, and the Bears recover.
Another turnover for Lake.
Seamer gives it up. And this is a Lake team that predominantly plays man-to-man defense. Loose ball, who's got it? A battle for the ball, and that's going to be a jump ball, which will give it back to the Bears. Flyers got the ball to start the second quarter, so the possession arrow is in the Bears' favor. They can make this a 2-possession game or make it a 3-point game if they can get a triple to fall. Long inbound by Arnold into the hands of Lamberson. Lamberson with a one-on-one matchup, spins her way to the bucket and puts it home.
That is just Kennedy Lamberson being tough right there.
Kennedy Lamberson, the leading scorer for the Bears on the season. She averages just a shade over 14 points per game. Driving inside is Ellison. Long three, it's good. Stashek knocks it down.
Stashek now with 7 points on the night. That extends the lead for Lake a little bit, gives them some breathing room.
26-19 after the Bears had cut it right back down to 4. Here goes Arnold to the bucket. But well guarded by Stashek. Stashek has been playing quite the defense tonight. Lamberson short on the pull-up jumper. 3 minutes to go here in the second quarter. Baseline drive. Askins stepped out of bounds.
Another turnover for Lake. It's like for every turnover the Bears have, Lake matches them.
If I'm not mistaken, the Flyers have 4 threes on the game, but the Bears have yet to sink a 3, although they really haven't taken many threes tonight.
Yeah, they're 0 for 2, and Lake is 4 of 8.
Arnold, loose ball. Surrounded by defenders, gets it over to Lamberson. Lamberson to the bucket, puts it home.
Kennedy Lamberson gives you that in the center. She's able to go in, she's able to make the shots. Even if they're ugly, she makes them. And that's just great to have inside.
From the corner, that's Stashek for 3, knocks it down again.
10 points now for Stashek. And she's in double figures. It's not even halftime yet.
Ball gets knocked out of bounds. They're going to say it was last touched by Lake. Some subs will come in for both teams, Miley and Brooke Lamberson, along with Bailey Krupp. And in for Lake is Natalie Baumier. And Amaya Valderez also into the game. She's one of those freshmen who also plays on the JV team.
Well, I'll tell you what, during the JV game, she was great at playing defense against Lake, so that might be why she's in, to be a defensive specialist.
Poked away, stolen right back, and that's Stashek again, going coast to coast for the bucket. That's 12 points for Stashek and a 10-point lead. Well, just when you thought that Bryan had a run going, Lake is able to respond and go up double digits.
And they just turned it over again right there on the sideline.
And it was the turnover forced by Lake that led to the bucket. Turnover forced by Stashek that led to the bucket moments ago. Open three, St. John gets cut off on the double team. Stashek just barely avoided the turnover. Too high, right into the hands of Miley. Just fell into her waiting arms. Miley on the drive, couldn't put it in, but a foul.
Nice job by Miley to go right to the bucket, draw the foul.
Shellen Miley just 2 points on the night so far.
Fouls will be on Askins. That'll be her second.
Starts off good with the first free throw. Largest lead of the game has been a 13-point lead for Lake. Bryan was able to trim that all the way down to 4. Got it down to 8 at this point.
Good to see her make both those foul shots.
Bears are shooting well from the free throw line tonight. Poked away. Good play by Brooke Lamberson. 2 on 3 to the bucket, left it short. And that's going to be out off Lamberson. Just a minute 12 left to play, and the Bears trail by 8. Kayla Arnold will come back into the game.
Valdez will have a seat.
Two-three zone. They had Bakir in the middle of that zone, and Bakir unable to knock down the three. And we get a foul on the rebound with 55.1 to go. It's on Lake. Specifically, it's on Courtney Ellison. It's Ellison's first foul. Should be a bonus situation. Yeah, that was the 9th team foul against the Flyers. And it looks like Lamberson's going to take the free throws. Couldn't hit the first one. Bears had a chance to cut it back down to 6 at the free throw line, but they come up empty. 9 fouls against Lake, only 2 against Bryan. 3 from the corner, no good. And it's Krupp who comes down with the board. Lamberson gets it across the timeline. Miley will drive, a blow-by, puts it home.
Wow, nobody accounted for Shellen Miley right there, did they?
Absolutely not. Final 10 seconds start to tick away. It looks like Lake will just hold for the final shot of the quarter. And that pass almost got away. 3 on its way, no good, and that's how the first half will come to an end. Well, the Bears staying right in the thick of things. They're down 6, but they've been able to weather the storm after being down double figures.
Absolutely. They've played really well, and that change to the zone has really helped them out. And, you know, it'll be interesting to see what they can do in the second half as you're watching Golden Bear basketball on the Golden Bear Sports Network, BMU Channel 3, BryanSports.com, and WQCT Bryan.
Well, we will take a break and come back with a little first half recap after these messages on the Golden Bear Sports Network.
BMU high-speed internet is now cheaper than ever. Now just $30 a month. That's $100 a year in savings. Get it with BMU Extended Basic Cable for all your sports, movies, and reality shows. Plus local programming, including high school sports and community events. Not to mention a local help desk and support team for when you need them. Now for the fine print. We don't have any. No contracts or hidden fees. Call BMU today at 419-633-6100 or visit us on the web at cityofbryan.net.
At the Williams County Veteran Service Office, our mission is plain and simple. We are here to serve our local Williams County veterans and their dependents. We are staffed with trained service officers who have the compassion and understanding to assist their fellow veterans in obtaining all federal and state benefits that they have earned. Additionally, we provide emergency financial assistance and transportation to VA medical centers. So if you're a veteran or a dependent of a veteran, stop in today and see how we can help you at the Williams County Veteran Service Office.
And welcome everyone back to Bryan High School. In this edition of high school girls basketball on the Golden Bears Sports Network. Thad Goff along with Chris Malenga as Lake leads Bryan 31-25 at the half.
You really wanted to say Golden Bear Stadium, didn't you? You're in a football mode right now, aren't you?
Sort of. I'm from Florida. I'm always in a football mode.
Absolutely. There you go. You know, I'm really impressed with what the Bears are able to do early on. And make some adjustments. The first quarter, they were down 21-11, but they ended up winning the second quarter 14-10. And that's that change to the zone defense that seems to have helped, plus Lake cooling off from the field. Early on, that Lake, at the end of the first quarter, Lake was shooting 64% from the field, and right now they're shooting 54%. So that shooting percentage has dropped down. They are they're 13 of 24 overall. They're 8 of 12 from 2, 5 of 12 from 3, and 0 of 1 from the foul line. They have 9 rebounds, 3 offensive, 6 defensive. They have 4 steals, 11 turnovers. Their leading scorer is Maya Stachak, who is 5 of 6 from the field. She is also 2 of 3 from the three-point arc. Haley St. John has 7 points. She's 3 of 5 from the field, 1 of 2 from the three-point arc. Lexi Robinson has 6 points. She's 3 of 5 from the field. Courtney Ellison has 6 points. She's 2 of 5 from the field. Both of those are three-pointers. And that's all she wrote for the scoring for the Lake girls. Taking a look at the Bryan Golden Bears, Bryan is shooting just 38% from the field. They're 8 of 21, 8 of 19 from 2, 0 of 2 from 3, and they are 9 of 13, so 70% from the foul line, which is good. They have 8 total rebounds, 3 offensive, 5 defensive, 2 steals, also 11 turnovers. Their leading scorer is Kennedy Lamberson, who is 3 of 8 from the field with 8 points. Bailey Kruppa has 7 points. She is 2 of 4 from the field. I should mention Kennedy Lamberson also 2 of 3 from the foul line. Krupp 2 of 4 from the field, 3 of 4 from the foul line for 7 points. Shallon Miley 2 of 4 from the field and 2 of 2 from the foul line for 6 points. McKendry Seamer is 1 of 1 from the field and 2 of 2 from the foul line, giving the Bears their 25 points.
Well, the Golden Bears fell behind 19-4 in the fourth quarter, but that's when the comeback started. Only got it down to 8. That was as close as they got in the first quarter, but they've really weathered the storm since the way this game started.
Yeah, and the nice thing is Coach Grosjean called a very early timeout, and I think they made some adjustments in that huddle, which really led to things being much better for the Golden Bears in that second quarter.
31-25 on your main stop scoreboard here at Bryan High School. We'll take a quick break and come back for the start of the second half on the Golden Bear Sports Network. And welcome back, everyone, to Bryan High School. There's Eric Herman and Chris Bryce, our producers in the trailer. It's not a truck, it's a trailer, but working hard like the rest of us, basically.
Absolutely, and then you get a little behind-the-scenes action with the secret sauce that makes the broadcast look so good. KB on the left does all of our graphics, and then on the right there, Eric pushes all the buttons. He's looking at all the different camera feeds and things like that. So that's kind of what goes into it, and, I say we rival ESPN when it comes to production quality.
I would say so. I would echo that sentiment. 31-25 at the half, about a minute left before we get started with the second half of this game. Bryan trailed at one point by as many as 13. They cut it down as close to 4 in the second quarter. Of course, they now trail by 6. And we've touched on it several times, but it was the zone defense that really led to the comeback for Bryan.
Yeah, and it'll be interesting to see what Joe Nowak has done in the halftime there to make adjustments to that, because the hallmark of any good team is the adjustments that you make after other teams adjust on you. So it'll be interesting to see, have they got an answer to that zone? And if so, what is it? And are the Bears able to keep up that defensive intensity and play that zone all through the half?
This could be a factor as the game goes on, but we've done games where the Bears have struggled from the free throw line. They are shooting better from the line tonight than in past games.
Yeah, they're shooting 70% from the line right now. We've had a couple of really critical misses. I won't name any names, but when you go down and you miss both free throws, that's a challenge. But it is what it is, and you do your best to overcome things like that.
Bears are out on the floor. The Flyers will be out on the floor in just a matter of seconds. We are ready to go for the start of the second half. Lake is going to get the ball. Bryan had it to end the first half. Stashek with the ball. Bears stick with the 2-3. And that's St. John, who had a pretty good start to this game, 7 points, but haven't heard much from her as far as scoring is concerned, at least since the first quarter. And that will not change. St. John with a miss from 3. Here's Miley up the floor. Quick burst of speed as soon as she got the rebound. Poked away. Was that Stashek again?
Yeah, I think it was.
Going to the basket there was Askins, but couldn't get the shot to fall. Bears the golden chance to cut this down to 4, maybe even 3, but they haven't made a single three-point basket in this game. Krupp would have had a chance had that ball not gotten tipped. She had about as good a look as you could ask for.
Absolutely.
Lamberson one-on-one blocked. Miley going after it. She's got the loose ball. That was Askins, who couldn't come up with a steal, and now a traveling.
That was a big steal there by Robinson. She was heading with the basketball without dribbling it down. So the Bears catch a break right there.
Still 31-25 in favor of the Flyers. Miley stops and pops, can't knock it down, gets her own miss, and has it ripped away. And I believe that was Stashek, and it was. Wide open on the corner is Ellison. That's St. John. Can't put it home.
Bears doing a good job on the defensive rebounds. Lake not getting too many shots. More than one shot in each trip, which is definitely a good situation for the Bears.
Oh, miscommunication there. That's into the backcourt, and that's going to be a turnover no matter what.
Yep, and that was not a good communication right there.
So 6:21 to go. And this is Stashek with the ball. She's had a heck of a night, 12 points, and she seems to have been all over the floor defensively.
She certainly has.
She's got Askins posting up. Gets it into Robinson, makes her move, and Robinson sticks it home.
That was a nice move by Lexi Robinson to come in. She was there. She caught a high pass. It wasn't a perfect pass. She made one move, dipped the shoulder, put a shot up and in.
Miley kicks it to the corner. Grube well guarded as Lamberson looks to drive. Gets inside, tough shot and a foul. They call that one on Stashek.
Yep.
That's going to be her second. And it'll send Lamberson to the free throw line. Can't hit the first one. Second one no good either, but an offensive board, and Seamer puts it home.
Boy, I tell you what, that was gorgeous. And another foul.
McKendry Seamer with a chance at a three-point play.
That's going on Askins. That'll be 3 on her. And Seamer will have a chance, as you said, for the three-point play.
I think Askins is now the first player to be in significant foul trouble.
Yep, she's the only one with 3 fouls.
Seamer unable to connect. Well, Bears will take the 2 points they got, but they left 3 out on the board. 3 off the board, I should say. Feed inside, good screen, and Seamer couldn't get it to go. Grube with the miss. There was contact there, but no foul called, and now they do call a foul.
And that's going to be on Bryan. Coach Grosjean does not seem enthralled about that.
They call it on McKenna Grube. That's her first.
he wanted the foul on the contact under the basket.
I don't know about you, but it looked to me as though Miley got hacked.
Yeah, it did.
33-27 in favor of the Flyers. Just 2 points scored on either side here in the third quarter.
That bodes well for the Bears, actually.
And they're going to call traveling on St. John.
Another turnover. That's 13 apiece. Interestingly enough, normally officials do not work both a JV and a varsity game, but two of our varsity officials tonight actually worked the JV game as well.
This is Lamberson, and it poked away toward the backcourt, and that's going to go out of bounds. It was last touched by the Flyers.
Heads up play by Lamberson to not chase that one.
Miley across the timeline.
Ooh.
I think that's Seamer posting up. No, that's Lamberson posting up down low, but it's out of bounds, last touched by the Flyers.
Lamberson's going to sit down for Taylor. No,
actually, Lamberson's going to inbound. Groove sits down. Oh, Taylor, he had to be careful there. That could have easily been over and back. They say she caught it behind the line. Lamberson trying to feed it to Seamer on the screen and roll. Off the hands of Miley, and the Bears turn it over.
Yeah, that was not a good possession for the Golden Bears in any sense of the word.
Driving down baseline is Robinson, couldn't get it to go. And Miley will get it across the timeline. Almost had it poked away, Bakir, and now it is stolen. That's Stashek one-on-one to the glass. Can't put it home, but a foul called. They call it on Taylor. And that's her second.
Stashek with 12 points already tonight.
He's yet to score here in the second half. And that remains intact. Kayla Arnold will sub in for the Bears. Still a lot of basketball left to be played, but if the Bears were to win this game, it might just be their biggest victory of the season.
Yeah,
this Lake team with an 11-2 record coming in.
I would agree.
Second one is good. Talk about a low-scoring quarter. Only 5 points total have been scored between these two teams here in the third quarter.
You're halfway through it just right now.
Arnold across the timeline, backs it out. Looking to go to the lane. Last second feed, and the bucket goes. McKendry Seamer.
That was heads up by Arnold. She was looking to drive all the way, and then she saw Seamer get free and fed it into her.
Bears still going with the zone look. Ellison had to chase that down quite a ways. 34-29 in favor of the Flyers. And a three is good. Bakir with the triple.
Yeah, that's what the zone has you do, is you force you to shoot from outside, and when the outside shots fall down, that's a big deal. Just like last week against Napoleon, that happened the same thing. Bryan went to the zone, Napoleon able to make a bunch of three-point buckets.
That one off the hands of Delilah Taylor and out of bounds. Less than 3 minutes to go, the Bears find themselves down 8. Looking for a big upset win. They've already been down by as many as 13 in this game. But a second chance for the Flyers. Robinson the drive. Off glass, no, but wide open off the stick back was St. John. Haley St. John with 9 points. And the lead is back out to double digits for the Flyers.
And the Bears are going to take a timeout to talk about it.
It's a 30-second timeout. We will stay with you for this one. While the Bears looked like they had something going towards the end of the second half, especially, or even early in the second half when they went to that zone defense. But these last couple possessions, Lake has found a way to beat it.
Yeah, Lake was up by 10 at the end of the first quarter. The Bears edged them by 4, 14-10 in the second quarter, but Lake got it right back, going 8-4 here in the third. So Bears need to stop Lake and then increase scoring on the other end. And that'll be a full court inbound here for the Bears.
Bears have already shown some resiliency in this game. They at one point cut the game down to 4. They've got it down as low as 5 here in this second half. But that lead has swelled back up to 10 the last 2 possessions.
Yep.
Bryan did have a couple of leads early in the ball game, led 2-0, then 4-3. Arnold losing her footing. And that's recovered by the Flyers. 2-3 zone again. Here's Robinson on the drive, and she's fouled.
She'll get 2.
They call it on Lamberson.
Yep, her first, team third.
Just 5 fouls total here in this second half. 3 for Bryan, 2 for Lake.
First one is...
It's good. Robinson with 9 points. She hits this one, she'll be the second Lake player to reach double digits.
She's tall and lanky, isn't she?
She certainly is. Second one, no good. The Bears recover, down by 11. There's Miley trying to get ahead of the pack and puts it home.
Nice move by Miley, a little runner. Exactly what the Bears need.
40-31. 3 from the corner is good. Delaney Robinson. Nope, that's Courtney Ellison, I beg your pardon. Delaney Robinson hasn't even come in the game. She's number 20. We get a foul on the other end of the court.
That's 9 for Ellison, by the way.
They called it on Arnold. And that is her first foul. Excuse me, they called it on Bakir, I beg your pardon, number 14 in blue.
Still her first foul.
Yeah, Kayla Arnold hasn't committed a foul yet, I don't think. But Lamberson with a miss from the free throw line.
I think that's Krupp there.
I think you're right. Second one on the way. It's no good. Grube almost had the rebound. Two-three zone again by the Bears. Open 3. Ellison couldn't knock it down. And Krupp just barely able to recover.
They had Kennedy Lamberson wide open and missed her.
Lamberson cutting baseline. Screen from Miley. A couple of screens there, that one by Grube. Miley with a step back, no good. We approach the final minute of play in the third quarter. Does Bryan have a run left in them? There's Robinson, splits the defense. They called her for traveling.
Wow.
Joe Nowak does not like that call as he's pleading his case with the official.
Maya Valdez will check back in.
Valdez both on the JV team and the varsity team. She's played enough varsity games this year that Todd Grosjean decided to put her in, let her dress on the varsity roster.
And she's really known for her defense. She can hit shots, but she's also very good at steals and poking the ball away.
Final minute of play here in the third quarter. Grube, little miscommunication there, but a little bailout play by Krupp. Lamberson all alone and couldn't put it home. Offensive board, though, by Valdez, and Lamberson's bucket goes. And she reaches 10 points for the night.
And all the Lake fans wanted traveling there. They had a point on that one by Kennedy Lamberson.
Looks like Lake will hold for the final shot. Ellison with the miss from 3. Valdez not going to get a shot off from there, and they're just going to take this to the fourth quarter. The Bears down by 10. We'll come back for the start of the fourth quarter after this on the Golden Bears Sports Network.
It's hard to imagine that we're beginning another year. At Bryan Ford, we have so much to be thankful for. Our new space provides customers a more relaxing atmosphere to purchase a new or used vehicle. Or wait while our certified technicians get your vehicle back on the road. When it comes to price, every dealer has the same rebates and interest rates, but not every dealer will listen to you and find out exactly what you want and need. So stop by Bryan Ford Lincoln today and let us show you the Bryan Ford Advantage.
It's been said a million times, there's nothing in the world more important than family. We understand that at Oberlin Turnbull Funeral Home and Crematory. Our entire staff is like family to us. They are some of the most caring, thoughtful, and dedicated people in our industry. In fact, our newest members are part of my family. When the time comes for your family to say goodbye, remember our family, Oberlin Turnbull Funeral Home and Crematory in Bryan, Sherwood, West Unity, and Hamilton.
Welcome back to Bryan High School on the Golden Bears Sports Network. That golf, Chris Malinga. Lake leads Bryan 43-33, and Bryan has been down by double digits on a couple of occasions so far tonight, but they've been able to weather those storms and get it back to single digits, even to 2 possessions. Can they do it again here in the fourth?
They definitely are going to need to do that. And they're going to have to score quickly.
This is Lamberson getting it across the timeline. Gets to the lane. That was altered out of bounds, just barely on the line. And it's going to stay with Bryan.
I think that was Brooke Lamberson that was trying to go in with that.
It was. Krupp taking time to get it in, eventually does to Kennedy Lamberson. Grube goes up with it. Second try, no good, but a foul.
It's going to be on Haley St. John. That'll be 3 on her.
I think this will be McKenna Grube's first trip to the free throw line. McKenna Grube does not have a single point in this game. And she averages 10.8 per game. She's on the board now.
There you go.
Two for 2 is Grube.
Let's see if this starts something with the Bears. A rally would be good.
Still in the zone. St. John for 3 from the corner, no, but an offensive board by Askins.
And that's where you run into trouble. If they throw up these wild shots and miss, you got to get the rebound.
Baseline drive and a foul. That's going to send St. John to the free throw line.
That was a nice move by St. John. They had her kicked out on the down low on the left side. She came in, ball fake, put it up, missed it, but was fouled. That'll be Grube's second foul.
St. John has 9 points total in the game. Rather quiet second half, though. Just 2 points since halftime. And it'll remain that way for now. Miley and Seamer back in the game. Both Miley and Seamer with 8 points apiece. Second one on its way, no good, but another offensive board, and that was St. John who chased it down. Well, talk about an elongated possession.
Yeah.
This possession has seen 2 offensive rebounds already.
Yeah, and that's something the Bears did such a good job of in the first half, and Lake just content to pass it around. I mean, they don't really have to do anything.
Robinson trying to split the defense, and she's called for steps.
Again, same call that was called last time, and both coach and player look incredulous.
Full court pressure put on by the Flyers, and they'll back out of it into a regular man-to-man. They are primarily a man-to-man team defensively. Off the foot of Miley, still loose, and picked up by St. John. No, that's Robinson. Robinson to the basket, she's fouled.
That was not a good possession for the Bears.
Well, Robinson shot that one from a tough angle.
Lamberson picks up foul number 2. Robinson to the line.
6:43 to go in this game. And that time Robinson connects on the first one.
Wasn't pretty, but it counts for one.
She's got 10 points in the game. She's the second Lake player to reach double figures. Just almost got to see Eric Herman and Chris Bryce in the truck there. I should say trailer. It's pulled by a truck.
It's still the truck to us.
Second one, no good, and another offensive board.
St. John has been great on offensive boards here in the second half. And about this possession being elongated is not a good situation for the Bears.
They had 2 offensive boards on the last possession. Stashek is going to go to the line after the miss to shoot 2. Todd Grosjean does not like the call. They call it on Lamberson.
Stashek will head to the line to shoot 2.
And that one rattles out. Grube into the game. Well, now we're starting to see Lake leave some free throws off the board.
Yep.
And that one's good.
Split the pair.
14 points total for Stashek, and now, again, it's just a straight man-to-man.
Yeah, 10-point lead again.
Arnold guarded well. That's Ellison on her the whole way. Poked into the backcourt. Apparently that was touched by Ellison, so they don't call over and back, but that's stolen away. There's Stashek again. She was all over the ball defensively in the first half, but she misses the runner. Knocked away. That was Stashek again, but this is going to stay with the Bears. Arnold. Well guarded by Ellison. They get it inside to Lamberson. Perhaps looking for a kickball there, but it was not called. And the lob to Robinson in transition. And Todd Grosjean's going to call timeout. It'll be a full.
He definitely wants a timeout after that. It's now a 12-point lead, and the Bears have not really done anything here in the fourth quarter.
Back after this on the Golden Bear Sports Network.
The hands-on training and education at Northwest State opens doors for good paying career opportunities with great local manufacturers. That helps me, my family, and my community.
Here at the Williams County Veteran Service Office, our mission is plain and simple. We are here to serve our local Williams County veterans and their dependents. We are staffed with trained service officers who have the compassion and understanding to assist their fellow veterans in obtaining all federal and state benefits that they have earned. Additionally, we provide emergency financial assistance and transportation to VA medical centers. So if you're a veteran or a dependent of a veteran, stop in today and see how we can help you at the Williams County Veteran Service Office.
The academic advisors at Northwest State are here to help you develop and stick with a great education plan so you can get where you want to go. All roads begin at Northwest State.
And welcome back, everybody, to this edition of high school basketball on the Golden Bears Sports Network. The Golden Bears trailing by 12. They've been able to bounce back after falling behind by double digits on a couple of occasions in this game. But they've only got 5.5 minutes to play. Can they put a run together before all is said and done? Tough shot doesn't go, and a foul called. That was Valderez on the drive. They call it on St. John, and that's her fourth. That'll send Valderez to the line.
We were just talking about Dear Mom and Dad Cool It, huh?
We heard a lot of shouting from the stands, didn't we?
Yes, we did.
That free throw rims out. Now, I have seen at least one game. This was a hockey game that I was covering. I actually saw a fan walk right up to the glass where the ref was standing and yell right at him. I'm amazed he got to stay in the stands. Second one is good.
I got a better one for you. The next break, I'll tell you.
47-36 in favor of the Flyers. Bears trying to snap a 4-game winning streak. They got a long way to go if they want to come back in this one. Sticking with the 2-3 zone, and that's going to be a carry.
So I was playing in pep band in high school, and our pep band was made up of both alumni and students. And so one of the alumni was an eye doctor. And during a timeout, he walked down onto the sideline where the official was standing, handed him his card, and said, "Make an appointment for an exam, please." That was legendary.
Foul called on the inside. Did he get to remain with the pep band after that?
He did. The official kind of laughed it off.
An 11-point lead for the Flyers, and that foul was called on Natalie Baumier. First free throw, no good from Krupp. Delilah Taylor will come back into the game. Second one's good.
It was interesting. She missed the first one really badly, and the second one was a thing of beauty.
Still time in the game, but the Bears down 10. Trying to snap a 4-game losing streak. Poked into the air, but caught by Stashek. Feed inside, and that's off the hands of Ellison. Bryan will take over.
That'll be Lake's 16th turnover of the game.
Seems like we've seen turnovers in the double figures almost every game we've done.
Yep, absolutely.
Into Valderez, gets it across the timeline. Kick to the corner. Seamer gets in, check that, that's Lamberson, and she gets it to go.
Again with the tough points in the paint.
Talk about not even being squared to the basket. I'm pretty sure you could call that a no-look shot. Get it down to 8 with over 4 minutes to go. 3 no good from Ellison. And Lamberson will get it across the timeline.
Lake could have been called for another carry there, by the way.
Out to Krupp. She drives the lane. Grube lost it on the way up.
That was just a good steal.
I think Robinson might have gotten a hand on that one. Stashek for 3 from the corner, but it's short. And Grube saved it. They're going to say she stepped out. She didn't save it. Well, you know, on the one hand, if she lets that go, it might go out of bounds, and it's Bryan ball, but there were also defenders close in the area.
Yeah, absolutely, and Lake's going to take a timeout.
It's going to be a 30-second timeout. We'll stay with you for this one. Well, the bucket by Lamberson proved to be huge, at least at this point, and still a long way to go. But Bryan, they're going to need to get a run going here towards the end.
Yeah, they're going to need to continue to play good defense, contest the outside shots, try not to make any more fouls, because next foul they're in the bonus, and on the offensive end they're going to have to get some quick points.
47-39 on the main stop scoreboard. Bears trying to snap a 4-game losing streak, I beg your pardon. They're 5-7 on the season. That losing streak started with the game against Stryker, the championship round of the Holiday Classic. .340 to go. Get it into Robinson. It looks like the Bears, well, initially looked like they'd gone back to man-to-man, but I think they're still in zone. St. John crowded, stolen away by Grube.
Oh, that was just tough by Grube to just take that away.
Grube will slow it down. Gets it back into the lane. Out to Lamberson. She'll drive to the lane, loose ball, and Bryan's going to keep it.
It's a good call. Touched Stashak on the way out.
3:12 to go here in this fourth quarter.
Look for Delilah Taylor on a 3 ball.
Loose ball, miscommunication. Valdez comes up with it and puts it home.
Nice move by Valdez for her first points. Actually, that would be her third point. She made a foul shot earlier.
How about that for turning a broken play into points? Yeah. Inside for Robinson. Triple teamed and gets it out. St. John on the drive. She's fouled. It's the third foul on Delilah Taylor.
St. John playing with 4 fouls.
That free throw no good by St. John. And we're going to get a timeout called by the Flyers.
Another 30-second timeout maybe once the ice his own shooter.
She just missed the last free throw.
Yep, absolutely.
So the Golden Bears, still with time on the clock. If they can get a couple of buckets together here toward the end, obviously you're looking at a close ball game.
Yeah, I mean, it's a 2-possession game right now to tie it. 2 3 balls. And so if you hold here, get some points on the other end, then play some good D, you got some time.
Bears have been led in scoring tonight by Kennedy Lamberson. She's the only player in double figures. 2 players in double figures for Lake. That's Maya Stashek and Lexi Robinson. Actually, I believe it's Robin. Nope, that is St. John at the free throw line. There's Robinson out by half court. .247 to go on your main stop scoreboard here in this fourth quarter. In and out, loose ball, out of bounds. That's going to be Bryan Ball.
Yep. Lake had the rebound, but Stashak, was that Stashak going out?
I think it was Ellison.
Oh, Ellison, you're right. The Bears need to get points on this possession.
47-41, Golden Bears down 6. They've trailed by as many as 13. Dangerous pass, and that appears to be stolen away. It's going to be a jump ball, and possession arrow will give it to Lake.
Wow, that is exactly what the Bears did not need right there. Lake did a great job on that defense. They came out and double-teamed the ball, and then flustered the Bryan player, and were able to go in and steal it away. They're content to just move the ball around right now.
47-41 with 2:30 to go on the main stop scoreboard. Bryan, again, trying to snap a 4-game losing streak. Loose ball, Robinson able to recover. Well, loosey-goose with a dribbling there, and that's a jump ball. That's going to give it back to Bryan. I think that was Seamer who took it away.
Yeah. They're playing well defensively. They just need to nail some shots here.
Well, and again, you talked about Lake possibly just trying to move the ball around and kill some time off the clock. They did that. You're looking at Bryan needing to foul, but they didn't need to give the foul that time.
No, actually, absolutely not.
They got fouled there. That was Valdez, who will be going to the line, and the foul is called on Ellison.
That's 2 for her. Valdez will get 2 since she was in the act of shooting.
Her first free throw is no good. Grube and Taylor back into the game. Seamer will take a break, as will Brooke Lamberson. Right now the Bears have 2 freshmen on the floor. That's Valdez and Taylor. Valdez 0 for 2, and those were some crucial free throws that are left off the board. Open is Ellison. Loose ball, out of bounds. I think Robinson might have touched that one last. And it's the official on the sideline who makes the signal. It's Bryan Ball.
Wow. I didn't see it. It was 2 players going for the ball and couldn't see who touched it last. I don't even know that the end official made a call.
He didn't, and the official along the sidelines, right around half court, was the one who did make the call.
Kennedy could step up and shoot that 3 right there.
Lamberson leaning in, no good, but a foul. Another trip to the free throw line, this time for Lamberson with 1:40 to go.
Ellison gets number 3.
That's back-to-back fouls on back-to-back possessions for Ellison. Just gets the shooter's roll. 13 points in the game for Lamberson, and a crucial free throw coming up here. Two for two. Baseball-style pass, but that goes a long way. Stashek able to recover. And it's either a timeout or a foul.
I don't know what was called here.
Didn't see a signal.
I saw no. Why would they stop play? I don't understand this.
I have no idea what just happened there.
Neither do I. Neither is Coach Grosjean.
This is Askins with the ball. And they're going to call a foul. That's going to be on Valdez. That's right around half court.
Valdez almost had that steal without making the foul.
That's going to send Askins to the free throw line. Seamer and Lamberson into the game. 1:30 to go. She hits the first one. By the way, Colette Askins had yet to score up until that free throw. Second one on its way. It's good.
Both of those were good. They were very nice free throws, too.
49-43 in Lake's favor. Can Bryan finish off a comeback? Lamberson the drive, puts it home, and a foul.
Well, that's one way to start it.
16 for Lamberson.
That'll be on Stachek, and that's her third.
She's one of 4 players for Lake with 3 fouls or more. Chance at a 3-point play for Lamberson.
She misses. It's critical.
She does make it, though.
Look at this.
Full court pressure. Robinson across the timeline.
High dribble.
Threw it a long way. And right now, time being milked off the clock before that foul on Grube. Foul comes with 1:08 to go. That's Grube's third.
That puts Askins the line, and he has 2 points, 2 free throws.
Seamer will come in along with Brooke Lamberson. .108 to play. Some big free throws here for Colette Askins. Unable to hit the first one. Still just a 3-point game. That was 1-1, by the way. Lamberson trying to go all the way, and a foul.
That'll be on Askins. That'll be 4 on her. Now Brooke Lamberson gets to go to the line and have a pressure situation here.
Well, Lamberson completed the 3-point play moments ago. That was Kennedy Lamberson who did that. Now Brooke Lamberson with some big free throws. First one's good, and it's a 2-point game. And that's Brooke Lamberson's first points of the night.
You know what's interesting to me? We have a student section over there that's chanting or doing things when people are doing foul shots. We just had a couple Lake parents scream to try to fake her out.
She hit both free throws.
Yeah, and I love it. The student section looked right over at those parents with a big cheer. That's classless from parents. You know what I mean? I get it. It's all fun when you got students, but when you got parents doing that, that's classless.
Full court press by the Bears.
Oh, she walked.
Down to 48 seconds with the clock running. And that ball's barely recovered by Robinson, and foul is called.
Boy.
40.8 to go.
Wow.
And it's going to send Robinson to the free throw line. They call it on Valdez.
That's her second.
Lexi Robinson with 12 points in this game. She was one of the top scorers coming into this game. And the first free throw is good. They were 13 on the night. Well, she gets this next one. The Bears could either hold for a final shot from three-point land or go quick to the bucket. She does make it. Well, if they go for the two, they're going to need to go quick.
Yeah.
Lamberson gets it across the timeline. Here's Kennedy Lamberson. Pull up two. Left it short. Got her own miss. And a foul. That's going to send Lamberson to the line. I think they called it on Robinson. That's her third. Two very critical free throws coming up here. Just gets it to go.
That time the parents cut it out.
Two-point game. Lamberson with a crucial free throw coming up. Second one is good. It's a one-point game.
I'd foul immediately. They
got the press on. Poked away. Robinson recovers. Pass will waste some time off the clock, and now they have to foul. They do. Obviously, you don't have the shot clock as a factor. So 17.7 showing on the clock. They call that one on Kennedy Lamberson. 51-50 on the main stop scoreboard, and Todd Grosstein's going to call a timeout.
He had to go all the way to center court to call that timeout.
It's going to be a full timeout. However, we will stay with you for this one. 51-50 in favor of Lake on your main stop scoreboard here in the fourth quarter. And if they get both of these free throws, obviously you're looking at a situation where Bryan's probably going to have to take a three, right, because they're only going to have about 17 seconds left.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, the other thing is, you know, you got to be able to rebound on the miss. It's a two-shot foul because they're at 10 fouls, but you got to make the rebound if she misses the second one. What would be really bad is if she missed it, they got that offensive rebound and put a score up. So, yeah, that's the key right there. And, you know, coach is drawing up a play right now in the huddle, and we'll see where it goes.
Well, the Golden Bears trying to snap a four-game losing streak that started in the final round of the Holiday Classic with a loss to Stryker. They beat Paulding just before that game. Most recently, the Bears lost to Swanton. Haven't won a league game yet. Their next league game will be Thursday against Wauseon. That'll be a home game. And Stashek knocks down the first free throw. Into the game comes Lamberson. And here's another interesting factor. The Golden Bears do not have a made three in this game.
Nope.
So if Stashek makes this one,
they're going to need their first one.
They're going to need it, absolutely. 3-point game.
All right, let's see what happens. 17 seconds to go.
Full court pressure. Lamberson to get it across the timeline.
Tell you what, if I'm Lake, I don't know that I don't foul here.
They probably should. Again, up 3. And they're going to go for the 2. Valdez gets it to go, and Todd Grosstein is forced to call timeout with 3.7 left. Well, now you have to foul almost right away, don't you?
Yeah, absolutely you do.
Well, that was an interesting decision by Valdez, and I mean, you could talk about the fact that she's a freshman choosing to go to the basket there, but I just don't understand why you take a shot on the inside in that juncture.
Well, she had nobody around her. Nobody was open for a three, so I think what she would maybe have thinking, I'm not trying to see what a freshman girl and basketball player is thinking, but maybe she was thinking if she cut to the basket, somehow got fouled after the shot. That's the only thing I can think of. You know, I mean, I know it's not guaranteed. You got a 1-point game now, and you know that it makes it really tough here because you're gonna have to foul quick. But I mean, that's the only thing. Lake did a really good job covering the outside. The shot was gonna be a 3-point shot was gonna be off balance. Nobody was gonna have their feet set. It was gonna be contested. I mean, I don't know.
So a last gasp for the Golden Bears. Still 3.5, I believe, showing on the clock, and the Bears down 1.
The only thing I can think of is maybe they can steal the inbound or something like that. I don't know.
Better do it quick if that's what they're going for.
Yep. Or give a 5-second call. Get a 5-second call and get a turnover. They're not contesting the rebound, but they let
Going to be a baseball pass, and that's going to let some time drain off the clock. Bucket doesn't go. The Bears have it. Lamberson, a desperation heave, and that doesn't go.
Wow. So there you go.
Going for a similar finish to the Syracuse-Duke game. Of course, that was that shot took place before the end of the first half.
Yeah, what I don't understand there is how you let somebody get wide open like that. You have numbers because there's one person taking the ball out. There's 4 people catching the ball, and you got 5 people to cover. So I don't know why you let somebody get that wide open on that. That was just not good coverage there. But hey, you don't talk about moral victories, but losing to Lake by 1 point after you were down. Were they down as many as 16? I know they were down 13.
They were down 13. I think that was the highest.
Yeah, so, there are no moral victories, but I think the Bears showed some resilience and grit right here.
The Bears' next game is going to be against Wauseon on Thursday. In the meantime, we'll take a break and come back with a little recap here on the Golden Bear Sports Network.
Tonight's broadcast of Golden Bear Sports is proudly streamed by BMU Cable and High-Speed Internet. BMU is your hometown local provider for digital HD cable and high-speed internet. Call BMU today at 419-633-6100 or visit us on the web at cityofbryan.net. Go Bears from all of us at BMU.
BMU high-speed internet is now cheaper than ever. Now just $30 a month. That's $100 a year in savings. Get it with BMU extended basic cable for all your sports, movies, and reality shows. Plus local programming, including high school sports and community events. Not to mention a local help desk and support team for when you need them. Now for the fine print. We don't have any. No contracts or hidden fees. Call BMU today at 419-633-6100 or visit us on the web at cityofbryan.net.
53-52 your final on the main stop scoreboard. Lake defeats Bryan, and the bad news for Bryan is it's their 5th consecutive loss. If there's any silver lining here, it's that the Bears were able to fight back after being down as many as 13.
Yeah, absolutely, and they did have a lot of fight in them. If we look at the score by quarters, which is something I always look at, they were down 21-11 at the end of the first quarter. They outscored Lake 14-10 in the second quarter. Lake turned around and outscored them 12-8, so then we're back to a 10-point lead. And then in the last quarter, the Bears had 19 points to Lake's 10. So, I mean, definitely a better situation for the Bears in the second half of play. Let's take a look at some stats. 2 players in double figures for Lake. That was Maya Stachak and Lexi Robinson. As a team, now remember in the first quarter, they shot 64% from the field. By the end of the game, they're down to 39%. They're 18 of 46. 11 of 26 of those were from 2-point land. 7 of 23 pointers made for 35%. That was big right there. And they were 50% from the foul line, 10 of 20. They had 19 rebounds, 10 offensive, 9 defensive, 6 steals, 19 turnovers. Stachek was 5 of 10 from the field, including 2 of 4 from 3, and 4 of 6 from the foul line for her 16. Lexi Robinson was 5-11 from the field and 4 of 7 from the foul line for her 14. Haley St. John had 9 points. A lot of those points were early in the game, and in the second half, she was not really that big of a factor. She was 3 of 8 from the field, 1 of 3 from 3-point, 0 of 4 from the foul line. with her 9 points. Courtney Ellison was 3 of 10 from the field with 9 points. All 3 of those were three-pointers. Carly Beckier she was 1 of 2 from 3 for her 3 points, and Colette Askins was 2 of 3 from the foul line for her 2 points. That was what all she wrote for Lake. Looking at the Golden Bears only had one player in double figures. That was Kennedy Lamberson. As a team, they shot 16 of 43. That's 37% from the field. They were 16 of 40 from 2-point, 0 of 3 from 3-point, and that's something that we've seen games where they've had double-digit 3-point attempts, and that was 3 that they shot, and they were 20 of 33, so 60% from the foul line. They had 24 total rebounds, so they out-rebounded Lake pretty well. They had 13 offensive, 11 defensive, 3 steals, 22 turnovers. Again, leading scorer Kennedy Lamberson, she was 6 of 16 and 7 of 10 from the foul line for her 19 points. McKendry Seamer had 8, 3 of 4 from the field, 2 of 3 from the line. Shallon Miley had 8. She was 3 of 7 from the field, 2 of 2 from the line. Bailey Krupp had 8. She was 2 of 5 from the field, 4 of 8 from the foul line. Maya Valderez had 5 points. She was 2 of 4 from the field, 1 of 4 from the line. Brooke Lamberson, 2 points. She was 2 of 2 from the line. And McKenna Groove had 2 points. She was also 2 of 4 from the line for the Bears. There you have it, the stats.
And for the Golden Bears, their next league game is going to be against Wauseon on Thursday night. Now, it's not going to be an easy victory, obviously, but both Wauseon and Bryan are 0 for 2 in league play so far. So while it's not going to be an easy victory, it certainly is a winnable game.
Yeah, definitely. And the thing is, you have 2 options after a game like this. You can use this as a springboard, for the rest of the season. That you played a team with 2 losses, very, very tough, and you got out of here with they got out of here with a 1-point lead. Or you can let these losses continue to build up. 5 losses in a row, get down on yourself, get discouraged. At the end of the day, what matters is the league. And so they need to do a better job here and kind of, put those big girl pants on, as they say, and get to and get something done in these league games. So.
Golden Bears fall to Lake 53-52, the final. Their next game, again, is against Wauseon. Our next game here on the Golden Bears Sports Network is going to be on January 25th. That'll be boys basketball. The Bears taking on Archbold. Again, that'll be on January 25th. I believe that's a Friday night, if I'm not mistaken.
That's a big game. And, this is Golden Bears basketball on the Golden Bears Sports Network, BMU Channel 3, and BryanSports.com and WQCT Bryan. Can you get that sponsor sheet up there? We want to thank our sponsors bringing a game tonight. Northwest State Community College, Bryan Ford Lincoln, the main stop sponsoring our scoreboards. Veteran Services of Williams County, Krill Funeral Service. Suburban Auto, Oberlin Turnbull Funeral Home and Crematory, the Bryan Athletic Boosters, Jason Deach Collisions and Customs. I can't say that. Jason Deach Collisions and Customs, and all the fine folks at BMU High-Speed Internet and Cable.
So that's going to do it for us here at Bryan High School. The final, Lake defeats Bryan 53-52 for Chris Malenga and our entire crew, including Eric Herman and Chris Bryce in the truck. I'm Thad Goff saying so long from Bryan High School.